Asking for discounts can be incredibly intimidating, but also incredibly lucrative if done right. So if you're new to the wholesale side of selling on Amazon, then there's going to be a couple of ways to go about asking for discounts that are going to be more effective than others. So this is what I'm going to be addressing in the topic of this video. So if this type of video is helpful, be sure to subscribe for more. I come out with videos like these all the time. Be sure to like the video and then leave a comment as well if there's anything you want me to drill deeper on. So at the end of the day, when it comes to asking for discounts from your suppliers, there's really an art to go about doing it. And there's definitely certain ways that you don't want to go about asking for discounts. So my personal rule of thumb when asking for discounts with a new supplier. So this is a supplier that we've never worked with before, and we're going to place an opening order with them. So typically, unless they tell me up front that, hey, you can get a discount at this price or order this much and we'll take X% off. Basically, if they don't volunteer that information up front, then I'm probably not going to ask for a discount on the opening order if that opening order is under 10K. Now, typically around 10K is where you can start to get some decent sized discounts. It's going to depend on the brands that you're ordering. It's going to depend on the quantities of certain products that you're ordering, because at the end of the day, the amount of discount can give you is going to depend on their margin on that particular product. So if you're working with a distributor and the distributor has fantastic margins on brand A, well then if you're going to buy a lot of brand A, chances are they're going to be more willing to cut you a discount because their margins are already so high on that brand in the first place. So again, to kind of recap that, if it's under 10K on the opening order, I'd shy away from asking a discount. If it's over that amount, then there's certain ways that you can frame it, which I'll go into next. So if it's an opening order over 10K, or if it's a supplier that you've been working with on a regular basis, you're comfortable with them and you feel like you're to the point where you can ask for discounts because your volume will justify discounts, then there's a couple of ways to phrase it. And the first way that I like phrasing my discount request is so asking them if they have tiered pricing. Now, this is something that can be done upon account opening when you're having that initial chat with your rep for the first time, or this could be done when you've got an order ready to go and you're saying, hey, we're putting together an order. Do you guys offer any sort of tiered pricing for this brand or this product or anything like that? And now what they're going to come back and tell you is either A, yes, we do offer tiered pricing, here's what it looks like, or B, no, we don't offer any discounts on that specific product. So that's one way to go about asking, is asking for tiered pricing. Now, the other way that I like going about asking for discounts, and this is more of like an indirect kind of passive way to ask, but if we put together a decent sized order, then what we're going to do is I'm typically going to send it over to my rep and I'm going to say, hey, what's your best price on these quantities? Or what can you do for us on this order? So really just giving them a ballpark of what it is that you plan to order, and then putting the ball in their court to make it work. Because you could also throw in lines like, hey, this is our order at a current wholesale price, but if you're able to do, let's say, a 10% discount, then this is what that order would look like. And obviously that order is going to look much bigger, and therefore it's probably going to be a bigger commission to them at the end of the day. So they're going to be incentivized to make that work. So again, it's kind of putting the ball in their court and then having them tell you what they can do for you based on the order size and the order quantity. And now keep in mind that this really only works if you're ordering in big volume. You know, if you're just placing a couple $100 order or smaller orders here and there, they're going to be much less willing to cut you some of these discounts. It's only when you're consistently ordering from these suppliers at a high volume of, you know, a couple $1,000s per order at least, that's when you can start to get to the point where your orders will justify bigger discounts. And one final tip that I'll leave you with is I really try to shy away from asking for just a blanket discount. So this is a mistake that I made quite a bit when I was starting out. So I opened a new account, I talked to our rep for the first time, and with no baseline for the relationship, really no relationship, no rapport with this person at all, I might say, hey, you know, well, can you do some sort of like 10% discount on your entire catalog? When in reality, I never earned the right to ask that. So that's pretty much going to get you shut down right away. They're not going to give you just blanket discounts across the board because, again, their margins differ by brand and usually by product as well. So they might be able to give you a 10% discount on brand A, but they might only be able to give you a 2% discount on brand B, or even a 0% discount on brand B, because their margins are so tight on brand B. So again, when you ask for the discounts, try to take it on either like a product by product basis or a brand by brand basis, because that's going to be easier for them to comply with that request. So guys, just to summarize, as far as what I went over in this video. So when it comes to your first order, try to shy away from asking for discounts if it's under 10K. Again, if you're kind of close to that 10K mark, you can kind of feel out your rep and see if they might be willing to work with you. But as a general rule of thumb, I would avoid doing that. And the second tip is to phrase your asks for discounts in non-aggressive and kind of like passive ways. So saying things like, do you offer tiered pricing, or what's your best price on an order like this, or what can you do on this quantity, for example, are all going to be easier ways to ask for discounts that your reps are going to be more receptive to. And then the last tip would be just to avoid asking for blanket discounts across the board. For one, it makes you look like you're newer, because that's not really a thing when it comes to this business. Most people don't just have a blanket discount across the board. It's going to be on a product by product or a brand by brand basis. So get in deep with certain brands or certain products, and then try to get discounts on them from there. So guys, if this type of video was helpful, be sure to leave a comment and let me know. Got a lot more like this coming, so thank you so much for watching.